everyone. So today I have a very special unboxing for you. Today I'm unboxing the musical pink and blue Tamagotchi ID for you. So I was really excited to receive this. I, of course, had placed the order with someone on the Tamagotchi collectors group. So if you guys are ever interested in where I receive my Tamagotchis or where I typically will speak with other Tamagotchi collectors, it is typically going to be on the Tamagotchi collectors group. Sometimes I do also, of course, order them off of Mercari, but I have not yet ordered anything off of eBay just because that tends to be where scalpers are, and I haven't yet placed an order over there. But anyway, I'm really excited to unbox this one. I know that this Tamagotchi is going to be something that I treasured for a really long time. And I'm really excited to put it in one of the cases as well that I've designated for it. So I've been awaiting its arrival for a bit, but finally the shipping did go through, and everything was taken care of, and it was sent over to me. So super happy to unbox this for you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Now, I did go through a period in which I had actually been abstaining from purchasing any type of Tamagotchis or whatnot, but that's just because I went through some really hard financial troubles for a little bit there. But I was able to get everything kind of situated and leveled out again to my normal income amount that I would, normally work with. So recently, with everything going on in the world right now, I've been going through a pretty tough time emotionally. I feel like a lot of us have been really in that regards, and I feel like it's really important to take some time to understand that sometimes if you have those days where you just can't go to work, or if you have to take some type of day to focus on your well-being and mental health, I think that that's always a really good thing. And for me, that time came, and of course now caused issues with some income that I was receiving. But I'm doing a little bit better now. Hopefully things will start to look up for this year. But one of the good things is I do have Tamagotchis and the wonderful people on those Tamagotchi groups, and so yeah, definitely one of the things to, I guess, look forward to in a sense is speaking with everyone on those groups and just having a good time and unboxing Tamagotchis and living our best life that way. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this opened if I can figure it out. All right, there we go. And this side too. Alright, so looks like there was a couple of little extras that were sent along, some cute little goodies. So here's a cute little bear, a little fuzzy friend that was sent over. Oh, sorry, you guys can't really see that. So these are just little extras that were sent by the seller, which was really sweet of her. Definitely not something that she had to do. And this is also something that's extra as well. It says it's some type of spray. Well, that's very sweet of her. She didn't have to send any of this stuff over, but oops, sorry, I'm not showing the camera. But that was really sweet of her to include these cute little things in here as well. But anyway, now that we have those out of here, we can open the Tamagotchi, and here it is. I can see it already. Okay, let me move this to the side. So now that I have that out of the way, I am going to go ahead and open the Tamagotchi. I'm just going to be extremely careful with my knife, that way I don't accidentally damage the Tamagotchi. So I'm just going to go ahead and open the Tamagotchi really, really, really carefully with my knife. I don't want to accidentally nick the Tamagotchi in this process. There we go. Okay. So it was definitely sold to me as used, so I am expecting that. From what I could tell in the photos, it looked like it was to be in pretty good condition. So I am going to continue to struggle with this packaging. There we go. I think we're gonna have to get the knife out again for this bit. This is quite difficult tape, and rather than finding the edge or the seam, I'm too impatient. Anyway, I'm far too impatient to look for the seam. It's much easier for me to just go ahead and rip into it as much as I can with the knife there instead. So yeah, here is the Tamagotchi. Slowly getting it out. Awesome. Oh, sorry, I'm like holding it where no one can see it. But here is the Tamagotchi. So I'm actually really excited. I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to run an ID before, but let me go ahead and put some batteries in this thing, and then we'll give it a go, run it for a little bit, and then I'll give you guys some comments on it. But yeah, this is one of the special versions of the ID, and really excited to own this Tamagotchi. So give me just a second, guys, while I plug some batteries in. All right, everyone, so I am back and I have some batteries in this unit. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this bit, but we're just gonna go ahead and set the date and the time. And then I'm gonna walk you guys through the first little bit of this Tamagotchi. So yeah. So this is the first time I've ever played with a Tamagotchi ID, and I must say I'm actually pretty happy, considering I've never played on one of these devices before. It's quite pretty, the background. It's definitely different than the IDL that I had. And it's definitely something that I feel like is really, really neat to kind of go back almost in the color generations, just to see how the Tamagotchis really evolved to get to where they are today. So I think it's a really fun journey. I know that I have talked about in prior videos that I actually really do prefer Japanese Tamagotchi, or sorry, not Japanese Tamagotchi, that I prefer English Tamagotchi. But I know that there's a lot of really nice collector's colored versions out there, and I'm really wanting to see if I can collect one of each Tamagotchi from each separate colored types and ways. So I'm hoping that the next one that I get will be in better condition, won't have so many scratches at the top and stuff like that. And by new, I mean either an IDL or, for example, if I get a plus color or something like that, I'm going to try to see if I can aim for something that's new in box. So anyway, this is this little cubie from this device. And you know what, actually, I don't think I've ever seen this page. I don't know if that's just the Gotchi points or But that's really neat. I don't think I've ever seen that screen before. I'm not sure how many of you guys own an IDL, or how many of you have considered going through and purchasing the other versions of the Tamagotchi. But from what I can see here so far, it's really adorable and lovely. I love all the little backgrounds that they have available, and I'm noticing that there's no snack in here, so I'm thinking, oh, that's in a way different area. Okay. Yeah, these menus, I've never quite navigated through an ID's menu, so I apologize if I'm a little stunned or flabbergasted, or just kind of looking through and scrolling through some of the menu options. This is actually my very first time that I have ever played with an IDL before. The farthest back that I had gone that I had played with was an IDL prior, and that was my IDL-E. If I'm not mistaken, I think this little cutie is a girl. Let me see if I can check that. Yep, a girl. Awesome. Well, she looks really adorable. I'm just gonna go through, guys, see if I can navigate these screens really quickly, just take a look at some of the different options. So I will probably just fast forward through that way you guys don't have to sit here and watch me scrolling through pretty much some of the same screens on the other versions. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take care of that right here, and then give you my final thoughts, and then discuss a little bit more information in regards to this really beautiful Tamagotchi. This screen I think is really cute, this bathroom. Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? How do you play this game? You know what, guys? I don't know how to play this game. That's gonna take some looking into for sure. How cute. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Oh, I get it. Okay, so it's like a little cooking show, and it shows you that is so cute. I don't think I've ever seen this before. This game is definitely new to me. I really like this though. It feels pretty organic and definitely something new, because I've never played a game like this before on a Tamagotchi, and I don't know if that's simply because this is a game that was also on the regular IDLs, or if that's just special to this music edition. But this little mini game is actually really cute. This little cooking game. I can't believe I've never played a game like this before on the Tamagotchis. I feel like this just goes to show that there's a lot of different things that you don't really get to experience unless you go back through the prior years of Tamagotchi. This game, I think, is definitely a prime example of that, and I think that this really just encourages me to go out and expand my branches from the ons, and then, you know, get used to some of the Japanese versions, because even while I'm going through here and I'm navigating through these screens, these are all really familiar options to me. And while I am not going to understand the text that transpires between these two, I think that these animations and the actual content of the IDE itself is enough to make me really want to continue to collect Tamagotchis. And I feel like my attitude towards the different types of Tamagotchis and whether Tamagotchi is Japanese or in English, has really expanded recently, especially with the fact that I know that there are some really special editions out there like this that are really, really quite wonderful. So personally, when it comes to this type of stuff, I think that I'm really inclined to continue to expand my horizons, go through and discover new Tamagotchi versions that are in Japanese, that are these special little one-off types of things, just because these animations and games are really, really awesome on this version, and I'm super excited about receiving this version. Now, while I am a little sad that this version is not in as tip-top shape as I would like it, I did knowingly purchase it this way. I knew that there was a couple of flaws with the unit, but the opportunity to even just own a Tamagotchi like this that is an ID, that is in relatively good condition considering how many years and how old this ID is, really just feels like more of an honor than anything. So if you guys want my final thoughts, I would say that something to take away from the video was that I feel like I've expanded my horizons, and I really want to get other colored Tamagotchis that are in Japanese. And I've also been looking into a couple of versions that are going to be just the standard older connection versions. I, for some reason, have really, really loved the idea of starting to collect those more seriously as well, since I only have the ones from my childhood. So anyway, overall, I would say I'm really happy with this purchase. I'm glad that I went through and I got this version, and I'm really excited to play with this one for a couple of days, and especially to go through and see if I can figure out how to do that first game, because let me tell you, I have no idea what I was doing on that one. But that's one of the neat things about Tamagotchi, is that there's always new content from version to version. Unless of course you're going from like a meet to an on or something like that, then of course, but each new version shocks me with how much new content there is that I have yet to see. So anyway, guys, that was my final thoughts on this particular ID. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a nice evening. Try to stay safe out there. I know lots going on, so make sure you take care of yourself and your mental health, and you guys have a good one.